Back to school is a stressful time for parents and kids, especially shopping for clothes. Psychologist Frank Cummings joins us now live from his Appleton office, with some ways to shop for success. And he says, first you have to skip the red carpet. Frank, what are you talking about when you say that?
Well, good morning, Pete. You know, I don't know that going back to school should really be a red carpet event. You know, you just have to skip the drama about that. And also, I don't know a single kid that went to school and had to have CPR because they weren't wearing the right clothes. In other words, you just have to really modify your expectations and kind of temper them just a little bit, especially as you're going back to school, because it's not supposed to be a big bling event.
Yeah, so you got to get the kids prepared for that, I'm assuming. Do you go in with kind of a budget in mind then?
Absolutely. You know, there's no bailouts this year. I think kids as well as parents are really in tune with the fact that these are tough times. And so you set a budget, and then you can be really creative with the kids about how to live within that budget. Because if you teach them now, it's a lot easier down the road.
And we just showed some ideas on the screen, or tips on the screen. One was model well. That doesn't necessarily mean the parents should go down the catwalk, right? But they should be kind of talking about what they practice, right?
You're exactly right. It's kind of a pun there, but really, you can't dress really well and expect your kids to be frugal. So it's good to match them, and you really shouldn't be changing your style of dress too much to try and look like them either.
A kind of interesting idea that you have, because what if the kids really want that expensive pair of jeans? And I know, you know, kids do. They want the expensive clothes, the trendy clothes, and you kind of want to give in a little bit. You have some advice, right?
You bet. I think it's really okay to like have an earn-a-buck program where, you know, you can pay for the basic cost of an item, whether it be a jeans or a sweater or a sweatshirt, and then if the kid wants that higher-end item, that they can actually earn the money to pay the difference between the basic cost of that item and then the ideal item that they'd like.
Well, that's some great advice. I'm not in that boat yet where, you know, my kids are too young really to go out and do one of those back-to-school shopping trips. I mean, they're still in preschool and such, but you know, sometimes I look around and I say to myself, you kids have too much, you know? Yeah, they have too many toys and stuff like that. I mean, can you give one last bit of advice as to maybe how you do cut back a little bit after you've maybe been a little bit extravagant, or you say to yourself, these kids have too many toys, you know? How do I cut back now that I have to go back to school and buy them clothes? And they want that.
You know, that's great. You know, it's never really too late. Not only do you have to set a budget for like time, but you can also set a budget for money, but you can also set a budget for items. So you can just say you have X amount of things that you can have. And also let them know that there are other people that need things if they're not using them anymore, so you can also donate them. So it also provides some kind of connection with the community and serving and helping others as well.
Yeah. Dr. Frank Cummings, thank you very much for joining us and giving us those pointers.